To my channel. I am so excited to start a new series called The Confessions of an Autism Mom. So I thought this would be my first video where I just give a little bit of background and part of our story, and then talk about kind of my first confession. Something that I think is often forgot about, and that I have to confess has helped us on our journey with our daughter. So, yeah, so basically, long story short, my daughter was diagnosed at 2.5. She had all the classic signs, virtually no speech, although she did have a couple to a few words, like mama and dada, although dada was not very often. And then, didn't respond to her name. We weren't sure if she was deaf, that type of thing. She had the flapping, repetitive behavior, lining things up. I mean, just all the classic signs. So just FYI. And then her autism diagnosis was confirmed with 2 different professionals. So there's just no doubt she had autism when she got diagnosed, and she still has autism. But we are on a journey to help minimize the behaviors, you could say. Some people call that a recovery journey, and some people don't like that, I have found out. But basically what we care about is just, obviously we want her to talk, and obviously she wants to talk, and so we're just trying to help her be able to be as independent as she can be through this journey. So, yeah, so basically she's been in ABA, specifically PRT, pivotal response therapy, pretty much since 2.5 for 2 hours every weekday. And then she's been in school since 3 in an autism county program, and she has had equine therapy for a few months now. So, and then she's been on the GAPS diet, but not perfect. We are not perfect people at all. But she has been on the GAPS diet since March of 2017, and it is now November 2017. We've seen amazing changes. So, so that's our kind of background. So I think kind of the confession I have today is focusing on diet. I have to confess that focusing on Ellie's diet and going gluten-free, casein-free, and as organic as possible, and keeping all of the pesticides and toxins out of her diet has helped immensely. So let me just tell you a couple accounts from our journey. So in the first 2 weeks when we took gluten and casein out, so basically dairy out, I don't know how else to say it. It's like a fog had lifted for her. She was more aware. She was paying attention, better eye contact. It was so exciting. And before, people say, oh, it's just, a parent wishing that happened. The nice thing is I saw it. My husband saw it. My mom saw it. So my daughter's grandmother saw it, because she spends a lot of time with her. Her teacher at school at the county program saw it, and then her therapist saw it. So we all were just ecstatic about this change. And I truly believe that it was that lifting of the fog that allows her now to focus and be in our world, so that the therapy is effective, if that makes any sense. So, and then, once you go off gluten, of course, you are going to have reactions. And that's been true. We do not let Ellie have any gluten, because, sadly, if you do reading, oh gosh, sorry, blocking this. If you do reading, you know that genetically modified wheat is full of Roundup and is basically toxic. And I will try to remember to put some links below here. To be honest, I probably won't, but I will try to come back and do that. Really bad about that. But just do your research, and you will see that this is a huge issue for our wheat, our genetically modified wheat. And so, just in my opinion, no child, well, any child should be eating it, but especially a child on the spectrum. And then, so we saw a huge change with that. And then, I just believe going organic as much as you can, that's taking the pesticides out, because If you are aware, children who are on the autism spectrum do not detox like neurotypical children do. So it is even more important they eat as much organic as possible. So kind of just another account here was actually just recently, we had a family member come out and we kind of went off her diet in the sense of sugar. And everything was worse. Her repetitive behavior was worse. Her meltdowns were worse. It just reminded me, it matters. Keep the sugar out. Keep the pesticides out. Keep the gluten and the dairy out. There's so many wonderful whole foods and recipes that we can make that are good for our children and that are truly healing for our autistic children. So anyways, just a couple accounts there that just in Ellie's life has, I don't know, just been life-changing.